Hi there, it's Amy, and I'm going to give you a few helpful hints about Job 7 and kind of get you started. Just like everything, if you have not watched how to navigate these systems or looked at the overview, make sure that you do that. Also look at that overview for the jobs. The directions for Job 7 is a great way to start this job. It is a continuation of Job 5 and 6, but in this one, in addition to coding and inspecting the documents, if there's any necessary follow-up for documents, then you will place them into a tickler file. And what a tickler file is, it's an older system that we used to use a lot in every administrative professional's desk area. There would be some place where you had items that you were working on weekly, monthly, however you had that set up, but there were items that you followed up with. Many people now put notations in their Outlook calendar to lead them back to their file drawer for them to then follow up on documents. So if I had, for instance, a candidate flying in for an interview in 2 months, I might, over the next 2 weeks, make sure I have something in the tickler file to get set up for the itinerary, making travel arrangements, hotel arrangements, and perhaps dinner reservations. So those are the things that I would be putting in the tickler file and annotating on some of the documents that would be revolving around an interview process. So again, I cannot tell you how important it is to watch the video walkthrough. They're going to give you some great information um, about how to manipulate the software here and what you need to be looking for on each document. From here, you're going to click Start the Job, and again, you'll look at this general information telling you very much what I just did, but you want to make sure that you've read through this and that you have an understanding. All right, so you are looking kind of at the command center. When you first get in, it's going to look like this. Now, I have reviewed this document. Um, and I've reviewed the documents before going through some of these. This is the fourth document I'm getting into. And the reason I'm starting here for you folks is that I want to remind you of the annotation here. And this type of note when you're looking at these documents or files is what you're looking for as an indicator of what's going to need to happen for the future. And this annotation here tells me that I'm going to need to do this for the tickler file. Again, you can always get a hint. You can get a general information on this document, whatever you need to do. So I've read through the document. It's from Orc Systems. PJ is telling me that I need to check up on this. Okay. Um, and we need to go from there. So this document then needs to make sure that we've inspected it. And by inspecting, that means that somebody has already looked at the document, reviewed it, and we need to know that where we're at within the review of this document. So I've looked through it, and I know somebody has looked at it because there's an annotation here. I'm going to start by going down. So I'm going to click the inspect, and yes. And I'm going to then code it, which is the name of the company, Allstate Cable Inc. I like this one because it's a business name, so I'm going to go left to right. And that's that. Um, I may need a cross-reference for that because it is Allstate. And I am going to add a cross-reference. So the cross-reference is then going to be Allstate, one word. And again, you have to keep in mind here that this is a textbook and we're trying to teach you. I have never run into as many cross-references as they have here. Typically a cross-reference is just needed if it were a name change. Um, so that's what I would do for that one. Unit 2 would be and Oops, not delete. There we go. You can put in the other information as well, but that's my cross-reference. Next, I'm going to add a tickler card. And again, the date that Pat wants us is March 1st. And it's Pat Johnson, I believe, if I remember correctly. Yep. And she wants to check on order. You don't have to write a book in here. Related record name is Allstate Cable. Inc. And the record date on this is February 20th. So it looks like that. Not much more I have to do with this one. And now I'm going to come in and file. And again, this is under Allstate. So all you have to do is look for the A's. You can take this, turn it on side. The A will turn blue. Here's the cross-reference. This is going to go under the A's as well. Okay, and this now is going to go in the tickler file for March. It's happening on March 1st, so it's going to go in that first one. All right, so that's really how you code some of those documents in Job 7 with relation to a tickler file. Again, you come in to this next one, click on that, and you'll come in here and read the document. We know that it's been inspected because of the date annotation. It looks like this is going to broadband communications. Or it's coming to broadband, so we need to find out who it's coming from. This is coming to us at Oric Systems. It's coming from 07 SPY channel. So that's a number. Again, inspect it. I'm going to code it. I'm going to go right to left because it's a business. I like the simpler ones. Going to look through the document. Are they asking information? Okay. And again, there is an annotation here for the tickler file. So we're going to come here to a tickler card. And she wants a reminder on April 4th. And it's Pat Johnson again. And check on brochures. The related name on here is 777. Spy channel. And the date, March 23rd. Okay. So once that's done, then I'm going to file. And again, these are going to go into numbers. Like that. And this is my tickler. She wants this on April 4th. And I've got that out there for April. Now, once you get into these folders, like numbers, you're going to come into here at the end and reposition these. So 007 becomes before 205, outfitters. And again, once you've got this all set, you can submit that, find out what your score is. You can look at the answers that you got wrong, and you should be all set. I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, just let me know.